dear and cherished viewers, this is Pimapim TV. We welcome you once again. For the time spent on our channel, we do appreciate it. We thank you for all the prayers that you have said for us. We are about to present to you issues or matters arising in Ghana football. And when you talk of Ghana football, everything is centered around the Black Stars of Ghana. And currently, Ghana Black Stars is in the Ivory Coast, participating in the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations. Things are not all that well. We lost our first game to Cape Verde Islands, and we are going into the next game with the Pharaohs of Egypt. We will not leave any stone unturned, or we will not let your ears be hidden from any vital information surrounding the Black Stars camp. We are here to pour down the matters arising in Ghana Black Stars camp. First of all, we will talk about the issues of Black Stars failure, the issues of team management, the issues of coaching. A lot of Ghanaians are of the view that the coach is not up to the task, as if that is not all. Most supporters, most journalists who followed the team to Ivory Coast do not have chance to even watch the training section of the Black Stars. When it comes to press briefings, the coach is being restricted from answering certain questions, and the management team picks what question should be asked to the coach, and they limit the number of questions that a journalist or journalist can together ask the coach concerning the progress and the tactics of the coach.
Our senior Ali Goloko says only 4 questions for a coach who has embarrassingly led this team to lose. We've only won 1 game out of 10, and the coach comes in and there is a scheme for him to answer preferable questions. This is getting serious and embarrassing for the team. There is nothing disappointing about it. The coach calls it a disappointment, but I think people are losing patience back home. Everybody who watches the Black Stars will understand that there is no time for any coach or any player to still survive in this team. Looking at the trend, we cannot say the team will perform better in the next couple of games. You have only 2 games to play, and the coach tells us that we should give him time to build the team. Nobody ever gives time at this point in the tournament.
This has led to many journalists becoming so furious and angry about the happenings in the team Black Stars. Sadiq Adams is very furious and very angry about the way Black Stars is being handled, the way they restrict the training section of Black Stars, the way they whip supporters or they whip people from entering into the camp of the Black Stars.
But everybody is tired of the Black Stars. Journalists here are ranting. I'm not the only person. Everybody is ranting. You cannot even ask questions at the presser. You cannot go to the Black Stars training grounds. Everything is restricted. Everything is behind closed doors. This is a very boring game, a very disappointing result. I don't know how they train. I don't know how they come to the field and restrict journalists. We only got 7 minutes of the team training like 100 meters away yesterday. We saw Nigerian journalists fraternizing with their players last night. You don't go into a game. We have the team security beating people at the training grounds and at the hotel. Everything is restricted, and the result is also embarrassing. We traveled over 45 minutes to go and watch the team train, and we were restricted to 100 meters away from the team.
Okay, knee up, we reach out. Last one, dropping it off.
Who does the national team belong to? Journalists cannot even watch their own team in Kumasi. Journalists are being sacked from the national team. The coach cannot answer questions. The Ghana Football Association officials are all running away from questions.
No, I don't accept that. I think what we have in any game is that you have to make changes. You have to make changes in a game. There are some things as coaches and in the team that we know that the general public or even somebody like yourself doesn't know. Players that have not played as regular as others, players' fitness levels, and so we have to assess all of these things every time we make a substitution. And sometimes we can make a substitution which might seem defensive, but it's not the case.
Fans are very worried because the Black Stars that we know, the name that the Black Stars has achieved for itself is now deteriorating. There should be a swift change of the technical team as well as the composition of the current Black Stars. Let's see how things unravel or how things go in the near future for the Black Stars. Now, Ghanaians have the fear that if we couldn't beat Cape Verde, how much more Egypt, who has drawn his first game to Mozambique.
Patience is running out. Everybody around this team seems to think that the team belongs to some few family and friends and individuals. You cannot go closer to the team for security people to manhandle and attack you around the Black Stars. You go to their training grounds and they sack you.
The Black Stars that we know is now shrouded with secrecy, and this is what the journalists are getting angry, and there are a lot of allegations also from one-man supporter against the ministry that the ministry is using his certificates to lift a lot of supporters, over 2,000 supporters from Ghana to Ivory Coast without his consent, without his notice, without his recognition. And based on that, he's also furious and very angry, and he has decided to publicly declare his stance that he's no more with the New Patriotic Party and he's switching immediately to the National Democratic Congress.
Minister of Youth and Sports, Afa Ghana former 2000. I just go put the book. My young guy said, "One man, if you cry, what's a man? Let's see, if you are black man." My mom said, "Me, the party NPP that we will soon for so." Yes, I'm one army Breno. Come on, Premier. Look over here. I'm Premier. I'm behind them.
Now, this Black Star issue is taking a political twist and a political trend. So if you're watching us, you can also drop your comment concerning one-man supporter who is switching camp from NPP to the NDC because of gross mismanagement of the Black Stars and the way they manage the supporters without his involvement, whilst using his own certifications to lift the supporters from Ghana to Ivory Coast. Now, let's go to the other supporter issues. There's one supporter who is trending on this social media that he's going back to Ghana because he's fed up with the Ghanaian team. One thing we should also recognize is that though he has his own opinion and assertion like any other supporter, but that is not the way to go, in my opinion. Let's watch how this guy put his issues across and how he presented his challenges.
Me call my packet, me call Ghana. Sa kwasi ball ya boys ni boy. Mint na ko de vo akomba. En sa game. Me call Ghana. E be Ghana. Bye bye.